in the world of toys. Boxings and museums, reviews and reviews. In the world of toys. Unboxings and museums, reviews and reviews. Mr. Holland in the world of toys.
If you are a wrestling fan, you know what means retro figures. It's something they bring to you, your childhood memory. If you are a collector of retro wrestling figures, you know that from China there is a great toy company. The name of this company is KWK, Wrestling Kayfabe Heroes. And tonight in my show, I am for the first time ever the owner of the KWK, the one and the only, the one and the only Shawn. So everybody, please welcome to my guest. Welcome to my show, Shawn. So welcome to my show for the first time ever from KWK, Kayfabe Hero Wrestling, Shawn. Welcome on my show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and thank you so much to be on my show. Let's start for the first question. Tell me how start the project of your company of KWK.
Initially, well, you're gonna jump right into that, aren't you? That's what that caught me a little off guard. But when we first thought about the process, when I first thought about it, I was actually in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom, and I was just back from a vacation in Maldives at the time. And I was just kind of chilling, having lunch with AEW talent, Lance Archer. And I said to him, I was like, maybe I should start a toy company just off the blue. And that I was talking about it. Maybe I should, start making wrestling figures and stuff. And he was like, he's always chilled and very laid back with me when we're shooting the shit, so to speak, and stuff like that. And he was just like, yeah, do it. So I was like, okay. And then the pandemic hits. So it, to me, it was difficult because I'm actually living in Beijing right now. And the main issue has been at the time, because of all the lockdown stuff, it was difficult to go out. So, I couldn't fly all the way to a factory and visit the factories and stuff like that. So I was thinking, let's wait until after the pandemic. And then, suddenly a couple of the other companies just pop up before I did. Or I will probably be the first one instead of, right now, probably this, was it fifth, sixth one. But yeah, so that's how it started really at the time. So 2020 January 4th, January 5th, that's when it happened. Yeah,
cool. So sometimes happen like this, the idea comes from nowhere and become a project. Also that happens like as a YouTuber, because in the beginning I had a previous channel that was only about wrestling, and then because I like collect action figure, I decided to do that. or as a writer, I publish novel, but you don't know where comes your idea. The idea arrives, and you are welcoming the ideas and decide what I can do with this idea. I think that every kind of business or creativity works like that. And so I believe that you are a wrestling fan. Which kind of wrestling do you watch today, and do you watch also in your childhood?
Lately, I have been somewhat involved with Pro Wrestling Noah, because one of the talents for my company, which I'm also the agent of, and is a close friend of mine, Yoshitatsu, former WWE talent.
Yeah.
He started a big heel fraction in Pro Wrestling Noah, and it's called Team 2000X. So I have been helping him out behind the scene to look at different perspectives and stuff like that. Um, Wrestling, as far as what I have watched, I watch all kinds of wrestling, different companies and stuff, WWE, AEW, maybe not so much on the Mexican side. But obviously New Japan, and obviously Pro Wrestling Noah these days. Yeah.
Cool. Let's talk about something of your figure that you already released, because I have some picture of some of your figures, so we can talk about it a little bit. I think that you did the first time ever official figures of the Conquistador. Tell me something
Right.
about it, because I think it's a big deal, this one, because the Conquistador they have a good run in the WWF. I mean, I believe in 1988, and no one did enough. I did some custom figure actually, because I collect WWF Hasbro, but no one did before. So tell me something about it, the Conquistadors figures.
They were probably the first team that came to mind to me, because the gold colors were so flashy that you can see it from a mile away. And obviously if you look at figures of what we've done, same thing. The gold is very, very, very eye-catching. And I mean, I look at it and then I go, if there's an interesting tag team, that no one has done, it's probably the Los Conquistadors. So that's when we jumped on it.
Also, the sculpt is really well done. Who is the sculptor behind this figure?
We haven't been working with him for the current line, but Daniel Roders, who is based out in Argentina, he was the one that did the Los Conquistador scalps, and right now our sculptor is Joe Dumas, and again he does such fantastic work as well. So I mean, the at first he was introduced to me by another person who is no longer in the company, and we had quite a bit of switch last year,
Okay.
in terms of changing the personnel. So the Conquistadors were probably second to the last one that Daniel did. Yeah.
I like also the idea to put on the figure also the cape, the golden cape. It's really cool. Also that one.
Oh, the cape, Joe did it. Joe did such a fantastic job to it that I wanted a little bit of a sort of like dark black colors around the bits where it pops up. But once I took it to the factory was telling me we can't do that. It's just too much, too difficult to do. That the cost will be so much higher. So I go, okay, fine, let's just keep it all gold then. So but it still popped. So I guess
Yeah.
that's okay. It's not too bad. Yeah.
And you did also two versions, I believe, of the Conquistador.
We actually have um we actually have three versions. One of them is 1/100, which is a more conceptual art.
Okay.
What you have in the picture here was the mock-up image, which we obviously changed
Okay.
because people didn't like the bulky bubble,
Okay.
so we switched back to the traditional bubble instead. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And let's talk about so and now are still available today for the people that want to purchase the Conquistador figures.
They can still get it from shopkwk.com. There are still some available. Variant A, we are getting very low amount left. There are still some for the variant B, which is based off the Survivor Series 88 look.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then there's also the 1/100, which we are very, very close to selling now. I think there are like 2 sets left. Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk about another of your figures. I think it's really popular because you did another first time ever about another former WWE, WWF superstar. And in this case, it was not only a superstar, but also a super heavyweight. I talking about of Mentor that you did
Oh
a
yeah.
different version. Tell me also
Mantar was
about the
actually
idea.
the first one that we came out with, and I was very, very pleased to how it came out. Mike was absolutely ecstatic about it. So that was, to us, that was a good one. Um, we did 2 versions of it. The I think the bullhead was where it really caught a lot of attention.
Yeah,
Because honestly, I don't think anyone has ever done an accessory like that for that particular style. And once you put it on, whether you put it on or put it on the side, it pops still.
yeah.
So and we did 600 of it. We did 600 Mantars, and that's it. And right now we completely sold out of it.
Yeah, I think maybe do you ever consider to do a rerun of this figure because sell very well, sold very well?
Um, it's in consideration. Never say never. I'm not saying no to it, but we'll have to see because our 2025 lineup is pretty full right now.
Okay,
So if I have to do a re-release, I may, but I'm saying that very vaguely. So yeah, like I said, the direction for 2025, it's gonna be quite an interesting one. People will have to find out for March 1st. Cheap plug here, sorry about that.
yeah.
For our New York Toy Fair showcase with
So
Fake Heel.
you will be there at New York Toy Fair.
Yeah, well, I won't be physically there.
Okay,
We'll be doing it like this as
okay,
I'm doing with
okay,
you right now.
okay.
But
A
we have
virtual reveals.
yeah we have a couple of guests that will be on. So Max Spoon is going to be there.
Okay,
And we have another mystery guest that
yeah.
I'm not going to say who it is yet.
And where the people can watch this show reveal?
They can go on to Fake Heel's YouTube channel,
Okay,
which is at Fake Heel,
okay.
FIGHEEL. So that's something that we are hoping to do annually. We did one with Fully Postable podcast on SDCC last year, and
Okay.
it was quite successful.
Great. Let's. You mentioned just a few moments ago because I saw some probably prototype picture on the web. You talk
Mm,
about Max Moon figure, so it's about
right.
it's coming this one.
Yes. I think Mantar and Max Moon were probably our most recognized figures
Yeah,
from the line, and a lot of people absolutely love Max Moon figure. Like, the people that came back to me and talked to me about it. In fact, I have the sample right in front of me here. So
great.
yeah, I
Mm.
I still have the sample, but all the in stock um figures were completely sold out now.
Oh, okay.
Um and when I first reached out to Paul Diamond, and I was dying to have that. I was dying to bring the IP to the brand. Um, we also have him and Pat Tanaka for Orient Express as well, which
Great.
I can say is definitely coming this year, 2025.
Awesome.
Um, yeah, and yeah, I'm really really proud of how this came out. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
it's beautiful.
it's beautiful. It took a lot of work because the first factory that we worked with, which they did this figure, they had a huge problem with the jetpack accessories.
Okay.
So that took approximately 2-3 months delay on that, for the production. So yeah, it was a lot of headache to deal with. But
Really,
hey, it came out so beautifully. So I really can't complain about how the figure looked for sure.
and also the accessory is another
Yeah.
big accessory for this type of figure, I think.
Right. I don't think again. I don't think anyone has
Yeah,
done something like this before. And again, we went to that extra mile to make it happen. Um, yeah.
really,
It,
really
it,
cool.
I mean, honestly, I personally thought that I can tell you we didn't make too much money of that because of how expensive the production was for
Okay.
this figure. A lot of people thought, hey, the accessories, the figure, doesn't look too complicated to do, because I mean, let's be honest, there's only one, two, three, four, and you count the fist as well. That's like 5, 6 points of articulation of a figure. Very basic and whatnot. Oh, it shouldn't take you this long and all that. But then you look at the colors, you look at the paint
Yeah,
work, you look at everything, to make sure they're accurate. And the eyes is not gonna be like all weird and things like that. In order to do that, that's a lot of work. Also,
yeah,
when you have to change the original molding, the tooling, and things like that, of the design to make sure, say for example, the gauntlet could go onto the arms or things like that. So that all took a lot of work. And when you had a factory that didn't quite work with you on some of the designs, that's where the headache comes in, and that's where the delay comes in.
also because in my opinion, it's better have a delay, but have a perfect figure that be to concern about time wise, because I think it's better wait and have a preferred product. I think, no.
Well, yeah, but also, when I tend to feel, and I feel so bad about it right now because the TJP and Takamichi Toku is a little bit delayed, um, due to Chinese New Year, which I completely forgot to take into account of. But the to me is that I want to deliver, what I promise, even it means the time of it. So that really does affect me in some way to as far as the pressure is concerned. It's like, okay, you know what, the pressure's on. Okay, let's get this done like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it will be the fan will be really happy about this maximum figure. And you have also other picture of other character that I want to
Yeah.
share with you. Maybe you can tell me something update of the availability of this other figure, like this one.
Oh, Yoshitatsu, my wrestling son.
All start your I believe is also a friendship with Yoshitatsu. Tell me something about that.
Well, Yoshi and I are actually going to be in Philippines, March 16th, where he's going to have, he's going to be part of the tag team match. I booked him that gig about a month and a half ago. So we got to head over there, for the big event over there. Yoshi has been absolutely tremendous, and we've been good friends. In fact, he was the first guy that trust me enough and signed a deal with me. You know, not to be just release his action figure, but also his agent as well. So when he asked me and go, hey, you know what, I'm doing something with Noah, can you help me to have input and things like that? I go, sure. He still calls me like twice a week and talk about wrestling stuff and the direction of where he wants to go, for his group and things like that. And he will tell me, and then I give him the premise, and I go, okay, you know what, think about this, think about that, think about this, think about that. And it's interesting because when a 20-some-year-old veteran who was wrestling for WWE for 7 years came to you for advice,
Yeah.
and what you give him, and it showed on their TV. It was shown on Japanese TV and stuff like that, and it was exactly what you told him. That feeling was like so good,
Awesome.
so good. And as far as the Yoshi figure is concerned, there some people were saying, "Oh man, why are you releasing 4 versions of Yoshi?" and and it turned out we did okay. We did okay. The only thing was we didn't release the mask. Because we dropped the mask because the mask just didn't fit the face, even though it would have been fun. But the mask just didn't fit the face, and it was easy to it was easy to fall off. It would just basically just hung there. And if we release it, people wouldn't be too happy about it. Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of that, you mentioned before another former WWE star is TJP, and also
Yes.
you did the
Yeah.
Brazilian figure. And this
It's in the works.
coming.
It's in the works. It's in the
Okay.
works. It's coming. So don't worry about it for people who pre-ordered. It's funny because TJ's manager is actually a friend of my brother. And the first 2 series, there are a lot of friends in this series. Series 1, obviously, we talked about it. Yoshitatsu, a personal friend of mine. TJ, friends due to connections and things like that. And then La Resistance, Rene Dupree. I've known Rene for almost 20 years. So there, and then there's Taka Michinoku as well, who I've known for a very, very long time. So all of these guys are all friends.
Cool.
that
I
I
have
just
also,
I thought
I have
I
also a
thought to like
picture of
yeah,
Takamichi Naoko figure.
and that somehow because all of these guys are friends, and I just kind of bring them along into the line, and they wouldn't say no to it because it no matter what, it brings them a bit of money no matter what.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day, and someone said, oh, getting these IPs are not too expensive. It will cost them a couple of $100 or whatever. And I looked at that, laugh so badly because even they are friends, their IPs are still not cheap. And when people say that, back in my head I was thinking, yeah, because you lowball them, that's why. But I wasn't about to lowball any of the wrestlers, so and especially because we a company based out in China, there are some wrestlers that wouldn't put the trust into us unless we give we give a better premium than most. So that's where it cost us a lot.
Okay. And you did another figure I think is pretty popular. Is another big guy. Is this one? Tell me something about it.
Oh, Paul Piedius, yeah, love Paul. He's fun to talk to. A complete sweetheart. Had it not been Paul, we wouldn't be able to get Mantar. Because they were so close, and I think we did such a great job with the PNU's figure.
Yeah.
You look at the shades. I made the decision of making it not removable, which I think we did a good decision on it. The microphone, the necklace,
Yeah.
the pendant. It took a long time to look at how the pendant looked because even he forgot how the pendant looked. He no longer owns any of the attires, so we had to figure it out ourselves. But yeah, I think overall we did a very good job on PNUs, and
Yeah. Absolutely.
initially we're gonna come out with three variants, but due to time constraint for production and things like that, we ended up with two. Yeah.
I saw also, I believe, in your website or wherever in the web, also some preview, like what is the right name? Some pictures of the actual res of a probably future release. Tell me something is right, because I see.
We have changed a little bit of that
Okay,
because we had to restructure, but some of these names you're gonna see in 2025.
I see also. I hope they will be also well done. Another WWF team, Orient
Yeah,
Express you mentioned before, Flash Funk, another former WWE, WWF star. So
yeah.
finger crossed. Let's see what happened in the
There,
future.
there, there, there are more names than these ones that we're gonna come out with this year. But there are some modern names. Unfortunately, we had to delay them or move them completely. ODB is no longer under deal with us. Uh, we have an agreement to dissolve the initial contract that we had. Um, it's just not fair to have to wait. So we'll rather let that one go. Strictly business decision. I didn't want to. Jessie, such a great girl, and but Yeah, for people who wants to sign ODB, she's available now. Yeah.
Okay, now we'll talk about a couple of figures that were announced. I saw because I saw that in some wrestling forum. That I
Yeah.
think that they were deleted, and maybe if you wanna reveal why. It
Hmm.
was, I think, it was one of the two was really interesting, in my opinion, because was another first time ever. I'm talking about Ace Tax Calhoun. Tell me something. What happened? Because I saw this beautiful
Right.
prototype.
Haystack. Initially, we first of all, we had a wrong information at first that we thought, the entire estate, the entire family were no longer there. And it turned out there was. So, I made a decision to go, okay, you know what, um get the trademark done for Calhoun. And little did I know that he still had a daughter.
Yeah.
And because of a certain condition of the daughter, the family kept it so private. We have been chasing the estate ever since.
Oh,
um but unfortunately we still haven't got an answer from the
okay.
estate. So that's why we held off the release. Yeah.
I hope that one day you can solve this problem because I think that this prototype looking really cool, and
Yeah.
I think that is something that we never had before an official figure of a Stax Calhoun. So
I mean,
it'd be really cool.
let's be honest. Calhoun was probably the second biggest draw in wrestling. At one point, behind Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
So, um, I do hope to get him released, but without the family's consent. I mean, for little do I know, probably it's really their family. According to the museum, that I contacted, there is a, there is a daughter, but we'll have to wait. It's been what, 2 years. It's been two
Okay.
years since I tried to reach out to them and whatnot, but again, there's no reply whatsoever.
If it was really popular in the in late 70s, in the 70s, late 70s, because he worked also in the WWE when it was called WWF back in
Right.
the day, and it
Yeah.
was huge. It was about 601 pounds officially. I saw an interview with Bruno Sammartino, because Bruno
Right.
Sammartino became popular because was the first one that slammed Ice Calhoun, and
Hmm.
he reveals that in real life was 641 pounds, so really big guy, one of the giants of that era, probably
Oh yeah,
along with
absolutely.
Andre, Gorilla Monsoon, Crusher
Right.
Blackwell, and maybe Man Mountain Mike, no, the other
Right.
big. I saw
Uh,
some match between Ace Tax and Man Mountain Mike.
I,
They
I
have
mean,
the same size.
if we can release Calhoun, I can say I'll jump onto it. It's a no brainer. People love big guys figures,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
and Calhoun for his size, I think as far as the sculpt concerned, we did him justice.
Yeah.
And I do hope that one day we'll be able to make him.
Yeah, also the likeness is really good, and also everything looking really good. Also the outfit, no, everything was really good. And I want to talk about other figure that was announced and then delayed. I want to explain what happened also for this one. I think was also the prototype really good, and talking about another big guy, the Ugandan Giants Kamala.
This one I'll rather not talk about it.
Okay.
Um, because there were so many things involved that is it turned out quite disappointing.
Oh, okay, okay.
because I all I'm gonna say is I was ready to have Kamala out, and then and then it didn't happen. So yeah, the family requested it. Initially, I thought it was good to go with the family, and then it wasn't. So
Oh,
that's
okay,
where we were at. Yeah.
okay. I hope that maybe also in this case something will be a solution for that because was really also this prototype work.
I think people were very anticipated on those two,
Yeah,
and unfortunately, due to one circumstance to another, it just didn't happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe never say never. You don't know what happened because the in the business, in the I think
Yeah.
in the toy business is similar to art. You don't
Right.
know. Sometimes you don't know if you will be, for example, as a writer. I don't know where and when I can publish a book. So
Mm.
because sometimes looks like you find the right publisher and they change mind. You need to find out another way or maybe another book. So anything can happen when you do a project. Is that this is a part of the job?
That
Sometimes
that's just the business. I mean, a bit of a learning curve for me. That's why since then, all the talents have to have the name signed on the document. Um, or the figures won't even have a chance to get released. So, that was a learning curve for me, big time.
yeah, absolutely. So we are ready to discover something new that is coming. So we keep an eye also because March is about 15 days, not a big
Yeah.
wait. So we I think that will be a really cool, interesting to see what happened. Also probably for the names that you teased a little bit. I'm really looking forward to see how will comes out the Orient Express because it's another the team that I like, and I also did some custom figure of the Orient Express.
Right.
If you just for fun, if you want to see, I can show you. I have some picture of one of my custom figure. Do you want to see?
Sure, absolutely.
This was one of the two because I did two different conquistador, number one and number two. This was my custom. So
Ooh, that looks really nice. That looks nice. I like that.
I think the gold is maybe it's not perfect like yours, but I think for a custom, I think is well done
But
because
but
I
the gold is difficult to make.
yeah
The gold
yes
the gold color is very, very difficult to make according to my painter, Mark Fox. He has said so many times the gold is very, very difficult to make.
and I'm curious because when I start to watch every figure that you have released or teased, I saw some of this character I did the custom. So now I discover also Orient Express. Maybe it was the quality, but also this aspect was something that grabs my attention, no, to you
Mm.
your job because I did also a custom figure. As I can show you the other conquistador because it is as a customizer. They say why not to do because they were a little bit different in the eye.
Hmm.
Sometimes they were play also for different brands, but I think why they were Jose Rivera was one of the two probably.
Right.
Uh, and I did also the second Conquistador with the different bar,
Ooh,
So this one is the
ooh,
Conquistador number two.
nice, nice pose to go with, and I like how you did the how you did the fist as well, like the hand and everything. That looks good.
Yeah, it's also because if you watch a little bit the character when working in the ring, the color of the knee pad and the gloves were a little bit different than the
Hmm.
uniform. No, so I tried to
I
put.
actually like how you did the shoelaces.
Yeah,
The shoelaces are very, very difficult to do, and you did great on them.
also because these are
Excuse me.
handmade, no problem. Also because just to go a little bit off topic. Always the temperature there is a cold winter in China.
Yeah, we have a winter in China. I actually just got off from a flu.
Okay.
So, the cough is still there. And, smoking and vaping doesn't help either. But, here I am. Yeah, it dragged me for about 10 days.
Okay.
As far as the flu was
So
concerned.
it's cold there. The temperature is cold.
It's kind of cold right now. It's kind of cold right
Okay.
now. It's warmer than usual. It's warmer than usual, but we're at 2 degrees Celsius right now. But usually this time of the year would have been much colder. You'll be talking about -7, -7 to 10, if not even
Oh.
-12. This
It's
time last
cold.
year,
It's colder than where I live because I live in North Italy, and
yeah,
now we are about 2 degrees in this moment of the night because now it's 2
yeah,
a.m. in Italy. So,
yeah.
but I think where you live is colder. But go back on my custom. I want to share another custom of another figure that we talked about a few moments ago. Is my custom figure of Haystack Saloon.
Oh wow!
Do you like it?
It looked very close to the one that we were gonna make.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
I was
God,
impressed about that because you.
this is impressive. This one is nice.
Thank you.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to do the necklace like that because the cost of it will be so high.
Yeah.
But wow, this is so nice.
Thank
This
you.
is so nice. This would have been, if we um the if we didn't have the pullover, as an actual jean accessories or whatever, this would have been so well done if it was like we could actually release it. Wow, this is great. Love it.
Thank you. And basically, in this channel, I create a federation of action figure with a stop motion video every week. I do a new episode.
Right.
And a bit like a roster with the superstars from the 70s of the WWF, the Golden Era, and the New Generation era. So I did many custom. I wrote the storyline in this stop motion series, and every week I do a show. I shoot in the stop motion, I edit the stop motion, and I put those
Right.
figures mixed between custom and official figures, and to do this show. And I did actually also a custom figure of another, and this one that you already released, we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
about this guy, the half man, my mentor, half man, half beast, mentor, my mentor custom figure. This one,
I think our mentor was better than this one.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. This is just a
But
custom.
yeah, I know. I'm just playing. But I like this one too. For custom, that looks good.
Also
And
because
I
I
like
did,
how you did with the eyes.
yeah,
The eyes that you did made him look more menacing.
yeah, a little bit. Also, the reason why, obviously, if when I started to do this custom was before that company like yours comes
Yeah.
out with this
Before a million companies suddenly pop out and say, "Hey, let's do retros."
exactly because I did this mentor, for example, was about 2012, so a long time ago. This
Right.
mentor custom or Haystack Saloon was about 2013, so a long time ago. And that
Oh,
time
wow.
was impossible to find. Also because I'm honest with you, I'm not a big fan of the WWE Mattel Retro because they use the tooling. They use the same tooling over and over. And sometimes you see big guy with the same body of a like when they did the tugboat, for example, no, the
Mhm.
tugboat figure. They use the same tooling of Bray Wyatt, but tugboat is a giant of a man, 6 foot
Mm.
7, 380 pounds. You can do the same tooling for Talbot and Bray Wyatt. They have different size, different height. And I saw the problem, in my opinion, Mattel Retro, that you find too much time this over and over the same tooling over and over for the body, especially. And so the
I,
reason why
I think
I have some Mattel
I think
Retro.
when we look at it, when we look at it, I mean, our characters are so obscure
Hmm.
that you really, a lot of times you really can't do too much retooling on them, like, re-releasing a figure, with similar look and things like that. I think the only one that we can, perhaps reuse the tooling where it's possible is probably Loris Estance right now.
Yeah.
Out of all of our tooling, I mean, how are you gonna reuse the tooling of that unless it is maximum? You can't. You just can't. Not even the body, not even the legs, and things like that.
Well, I think it's beautiful because I tried to do also a custom figure of Max Moon.
Right.
Now I show you that, but obviously it's not perfect like your official figure. I tried to do Max Moon. It was really
This
difficult.
is nice for custom though. I would have never thought about putting the fist and the open hands like that for Max Moon. That was what I thought about right away to do. Like initially, like straight up, I was thinking, okay, you know what? That's the direction that I need to go with.
Yeah.
But yours is great, man. I mean, for custom.
Yeah, it was really tricky, especially those details and the colors, no?
I
Because
love the detail on it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I try to do my best. You can also.
I mean, you did better. You did better on the colors on the tubes than I did. You got straight up silver. We got gray. Look. So yeah, yours is fantastic. Hey, can you give me a couple of seconds so I can go grab my coffee quickly? It's at
no
the door.
problem. I play piano for a few seconds.
Sure.
Minus Shawn related to the show, guys. Don't forget to go to KWK Kayfabe Presley shop to see what is still available. And Shawn is back.
Yeah, I need my coffee in the morning, or I'm gonna be like falling asleep and stuff like that. So
yeah,
sorry
coffee is
about that.
It's a big push to. I don't use coffee because if I start to drink coffee, become nervous. I prefer don't drink coffee because of that. Also because I always ready. Yes, I working better in the night. I'm a guy in the night, so I prefer writing, do video reviews because I did a lot of reviews on the channel. So I prefer do that in the night. That morning is not my time frame. When I need to do, because I work also on TV in Italy, so sometimes I woke up in the early morning to go into the studio in Milan, for example. So if I need to do that, I wake up in the morning, but it's tough to me.
Well, let me tell you a funny story with coffee. There's this coffee brand. I don't know if you heard about it before. It's called Kayfabe. And what happened was one day I was having a coffee with my mom, and once I was done, by the time I got home, suddenly I got really amped up, like straight up very amped up, and I started going online and started talking to people, and suddenly started arguing with people. That's in my early 20s, and I just went completely crazy for about 4 hours straight, just straight up arguing with people for no reason. I don't even know why I go. And then once once it died down a little bit, and I realized, holy crap, it must have been that coffee, because like that it was the first time that it ever happened to me. But yeah, that coffee was strong.
Too much strong, probably.
Mm. Never happened to me before. Oh my god, it was crazy.
And tell me, you are, because I see some in your background, some figures there.
Right.
So I think that you are also a collector.
Oh, big time. I collect all kinds of stuff wrestling. If I could, I can't. I can turn around my laptop right now, but right in front of me, I have a whole bunch of Hasbro samples, the green tags, and things like that. Couple of unreleased color schemes of Hasbro's. On the back, on top here, these are all Jack's samples. So there are like 12 of these each at most, according to Jack's. Yeah, I mean, I got a couple of belts here and there, and yeah, I do have a pretty big collection, which
Absolutely.
I'm beginning to downsize a little bit, because I mostly collect Minter card right now. So I'm slowly moving my loose collection away. Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
once that happens, I'll get more room here. Right now, here is a complete mess.
I totally understand that. I'm a collector for different type of figure, not only wrestling, but
Right.
for wrestling, I collect them, especially retro, because I'm a WWF Hasbro collector as well.
Right.
So I collect that. But I collect also other kind of figures, Master of the Universe, Mythic Legions, Marvel Select.
At one point, I collect all kinds of toy lines. Like, Master Universe, that's one. Transformers was another. The G.I. Joe was another. But, at the end, I still, the one collection that I've kept is my wrestling collection. G.I. Joe was another. But,
I think I was frozen for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
I think online you were okay, because I watched the shows in two devices to control everything, and but I was frozen. Something happened because, as I mentioned in other episode, in Italy we have like a Jurassic connection, so super slow, and in the stream sometimes happen. But I heard in my device that you collect also G.I. Joe and other type of line.
Transformers, Master Universe. I collected every single one of those, but eventually I stuck with wrestling still.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me show you one particular figure that it's like the holy grail of my collection.
Okay. Can't wait to see. Wow.
This is
really.
This is an extremely rare Bret the Hitman Hart.
Bret. Yeah, I know.
For people that don't know, the final version, the final release was actually in pink elbow pads.
Yeah.
And this one, which was supposedly a green tag, but the tag is missing. The elbows, though, the elbows were black, and also if you look at the side, you see the star.
Yeah.
Is in black as well.
Yeah. Wow, this is super rare. Absolutely rare.
There are, I believe, only two.
Wow.
In the world for this. The wrist tape is in pink as well. Most of the ones that the ones that were supposedly what was it, the mail order one, the mail away one was in white, and this one's in pink.
Wow, this is holy grail, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I let me tell you how I got it. straight up accident.
Huh.
So when I wake up, I usually look through some of the Chinese auction sites,
Uh-huh.
and what happened was, I came across this, and I thought to myself, okay, I do have a loose one, but I don't have a mint on card one. I was moving away from loose collection anyway. So I was thinking, okay, you know what? Since I don't have a mint on card one, let's get a mint on card one. And it wasn't too expensive. It was somewhere around like $200. And I didn't even think, because once you first waking up, you're still a little bit woozy and just kind of like, So so I look at it, I go, okay, boom, let's pick it up. So I went back to bed, and that kept on rolling in my mind. I was thinking, hold on a second, something is different to that, isn't it? So I was too lazy to come into this room and start checking on that Bret Hart. So I just go online, just look for the pictures of it, and I looked at that and I compared the pictures. I suddenly screamed, "Holy shit!" so loud that my wife woke up. And I asked her, and she asked me what happened. I told her, I think I just found the holy grail of holy grails of Hasbro. And then I explained to her what it was. She was like, "Wow, how much did you get it for?" I said, around $200. And then I look at, say for example, the Moon on Belly Kamala. The Moon on Belly Kamala is like, 20,000 or something. I mean, this one will have to be right up there.
Wow. Mombelli Kamanas is another super rare Hasbro figure. I know that.
I mean, I don't mind parting with it, but the money has to be right.
Yeah, absolutely. Also 2000 is as a big it's big money for a retro figure or whatever. It's because you pay that because it's rare.
Let me show you another set that the color scheme never came out. Yeah, just give me a second.
Yeah.
The Steiner brothers.
Yeah.
Now, this Scott Steiner, this particular sample, if you look at it, the patterns on here is actually different, and the blue is actually slightly darker. But some people don't know it. They were thinking, oh, it's the same. It's the same. And also, if you look at the eyes, are different as well.
Yeah.
The back over here, and then this is where it has the major difference, and that's the Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
This pretty much had the same type of look comparing to the prototype. You look at the eyes as well. The final version didn't have the white on the pupil, and you look at the back.
Yeah, because I have those two obviously, but I see some little difference between.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that strong of a difference for Scott.
Yeah,
but for Rick though, oh my god, like a huge difference.
Yeah.
And you look at the shoes as well. The shoes colors are different as well.
Yeah, because I don't recall they were red. I don't recall that.
Yeah, this is like, that's why I kept telling people, like, these are some of the really big holy grails for me.
Yeah.
Since you're in Italy, let me show you something.
Yeah.
You will like this. Now, if you look at this,
wow, Brutus
if you look at this looks like the final product.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait until you see the back. This actually is a sample tag.
Yeah.
Of the Asian side of Hasbro.
Yeah.
So
Probably like a paid sample, probably of the original
yeah,
film.
it is a mock-up sample from the engineering department.
Cool.
So they had to approve this. Also have a Hogan, but it's a little bit far away, so I can't reach it right now. But
Wow, this is
yeah, I
cool.
mean this one, and especially this one, is actually one with black shears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
you look at the logo, you realize it.
Yes, Jig is the name in Italy. They distribute.
It's the distribution company for Italy.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I have these. Like, I have several engineering samples that weren't green tag, but I
Yeah.
also do have a couple of green tags with me. The one that was very interesting was 1, 2, 3 hit,
Yeah.
um, which is like right up there that I got. But there's also some really interesting ones that these ones were before the green tag, before they put the green tag on. I can show you one of them.
Yeah.
It's the Macho King Randy Savage, and you can see the tag here.
Yeah.
This is actually what we call the white tag, or somewhat the pre-green tag. And the back is pretty much the same. They have a sticker here to, like, cover up rhythm and blues and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so a lot of the remarks were like handwritten on the white tag.
Yeah. Cool. Another big piece. This one.
Oh God, yeah, I have a couple of big pieces for Hasbro. These are just a couple of them. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, another 10
Wow.
that I can show, and there is a Mr. Perfect Pain Master
Ah. Cool.
prototype that I have. Someone's putting up theirs, and the asking price is 10 grand. I thought it's too low because I'm a big Kurt Hennig mark. I'm a big Mr. Perfect mark. I even have the singlet that he wore on his last televised match on Raw against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ah. Cool. That was a great. I think that today we haven't a wrestler with the same personality like Mr. Perfect, for example. Back in the
Oh,
day, were awesome athletes. They were, but even the guy, for example, everybody today, the fan, remember Mentor. Mentor wasn't a big star, but was a
right.
big character. So there were a lot of great character back in the day. Today, the WWE, in my opinion, there is a lack of storyline characters. You see all those cruiserweights, and they don't have, especially with under the management of Triple H. No,
Right.
Triple H build a wrestling that's just about a fast move. And but not so much personality or storyline. I recently watched the Royal Rumble show. It was, to me, was a little bit boring because I saw this team. They are good in the ring, professional, good, but there is a lack of personality. You don't find this kind of character that we have back in the day, in my opinion.
I think right now, in terms of the wrestling business, you no longer have many of those that if you look at a guy from a mile away, that guy's a wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
I do feel a lot of times we have more athletes in
Yeah,
wrestling,
yeah,
and because of that, they rely more on the moves. Not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, you know, that's just how it is. But you know, if it was for me, you know, I would rather go, hey, you know what, look at that guy and go, damn, this guy's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you know, someone tells you, you go, hey, you know, I'm a wrestler. I go, really? You know what I
Yes,
mean? I
yes.
mean, it's like, okay, so, you know, some, there are some Chinese wrestlers in China, and, you know, I'm friends with some of them. In fact, I manage one of them who's wrestling in GLEAT in Japan, Junzia. He's like a little brother of mine, and you know, there are a couple of the other, you know, other kids running around every now and then, and you know, they'll ask me, and I said to them, I said, you know, you can do a million flips, you can do freaking, you know, as many moonsaults as you want or whatever, but the thing is, are the people remembering what you have done instead of you come out and tell them and go, hey, you know what, I'm a wrestler.
Yeah, I'm agree
You
with
know,
you.
and
If
I
you,
said to him, I said, you know, if I look at you and telling me you're a wrestler, I wouldn't even recognize it from a mile away.
yeah,
So,
because they look too
so
normal. They look
yeah,
too
so
normal.
exactly. So, you know, I told them, you know, do something different. You know, you know, they go, oh, what am I missing? I go, you missing this, you missing this, you missing that. But you know, in terms of the gimmicks and things like that, you don't have a lot of standout gimmicks anymore because I think we are at a stage where, you know, people are afraid of pissing off people. You know, that's where the problem. Then you're not provocative enough. And you know, people can say, hey, you know, times changed or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's that, you know, why are you not standing out? It's the main issue.
I'm agree with you also
And
because when you watch the show, it's like to see, like you say, athletes, but just normal guy. You know, people like Adam Cole, for example, is an athlete. But if you see Adam Cole in a street, you never wanted this guy's a wrestler. Back in the day, if you saw a guy like Killer Khan, you recognize something
yeah,
different because it
well,
was
you know, it's like um Yoshi invited me to go to a Noah show um before, and you know, afterwards we had dinner. And I said to him, I said, you know, a heel fraction is exactly what you need in Noah because that's exactly something that's missing because everyone wants to be a freaking babyface.
yeah.
And you know, I said to him, I said, it's going to be perfect that you have the Team 2000X heel fraction in there because there's no one's doing it,
Yeah,
and they did it with flying colors.
great.
And in fact, the GHC champion right now, Ozawa, his nickname, the Real Rebel, actually it was for me.
Ah,
I made that name, and Yoshi gave that to Noah Management.
awesome.
Yeah, so you know, that's me. You know, he was like, he sent me a message afterwards. He go, you know how big of a history you have made for Noah? I'm like, what did I do? He was like, oh, they picked your name. I was like, what name? The Real Rebel. I was like, oh, really? Damn. You know, so
Cool.
yeah. So that was a big one for me.
And let's
But
talk about deep cut or maybe possible figure that no one did before. So I show
mhm,
you a custom of a character. Let's see if you remember who
mm,
is this guy that basically is a part of tag team. Because
sure.
a tag team of big guy, they were good in moonsault and they appears in the WWE with this
Mm.
ring attire only one time, basically. Just a few seconds.
Ah,
Because
the Headhunters.
yeah, also known as the squad team in the
Yeah.
WWF, where in Royal Rumble 1996. I think this is another team, another deep cut
Yeah. I
And,
think another company is making that.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I don't know.
another
Really?
company is making that. I would have wanted them, but another company is making them. So
I use also two different body because they have a different attire a little bit. This part, the
yeah,
shirt was a little bit different.
yeah,
I,
you
s-
make them look kind of cute though.
I don't know if there is an official figure of them. I don't recall that, honestly.
No, there never was one. But like I said, another company's making them.
No, it's working. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see other because I have a lot of but I can show you all the custom because I made probably more than 100 custom figure. For example, I have let's see. I don't know if someone made this. Let's see. Uh, I don't know if someone did an official figure of this guy.
Hmm. The goon.
The goon. I don't know that maybe in retro. I don't think there is a retro figure.
I would have loved to make him, but I don't know the family's contract status with WWE. But like I said, I would have loved to make him.
And I think if you try to do that, if you try to do in the past extra Scalone, maybe you
Yeah.
can do this one. Let's see if I found it because I did also. I need also a few seconds to search because are in an alphabetical order, and this guy is on the M. I did too much customs. I have a. There we go. I am almost there. There we go. We talk about this library. I did also a custom figure of Man Mountain Mike.
Oh wow.
Do you like it?
You are absolutely great with big guys.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
this
big
is
guy.
yeah, you do absolutely great with big guys.
And do you know that actually Man Mountain Mike was as a deal with the WWE, had a deal, but he had a short run in the WWE
Mm, yeah.
only when it was in 1976 and only in live event. He never appears in a television match.
Oh,
He
I
is
didn't know
just
that.
yeah, he just have a few match in a live show. He never had
I know he did I know he did have a program with Haystack Calhoun. I
yeah.
just didn't know that he was never on TV.
Yeah, on the was in the WWF in 1976, only for a few
Yeah.
months. But probably because they already have also Saloon, probably the deal
Mm,
ended because of that. But also I think that for Mountain Mike, we never had an official figure from
right.
someone. So that could be an interesting deal for you. So let's see. Also, I did this one, for example. Maybe this one is not one of my better. Let's see if you recognize this one. Let's see if I did a decent job with this. Who can be this guy?
Oh, you did much better than what my competitor did, Larry Zabisco.
Yeah, it's Larry Zabisco. Oh, I'm happy that you recognize him because that means it's not really bad as a custom.
It's not a bad figure. You did great.
So let's see what is the. Let's see if I have other just to share. That means I'm a big passionate for that. So I can imagine how you feel that you do the job or something that you like so much because I see you're a great collector. No, you have a big passion of the retros. So I think this is awesome. Now you did awesome stuff. And by the way, you have a copy for each figure. Do you have, for example, your own copy of Mentor?
I do own the prototype and I do own the production sample.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I tend to own each and every one of the carded sample if I can.
Okay.
But definitely the prototype that's I own them. Yeah.
And I saw, by the way, that an original mentor figure of your figure of mentor now on the aftermarket, the price is really high.
Oh, not just Mantar, also Max Moon as well. The
Yeah.
comic kit. Yeah, and people were like, "Oh, how come you don't make more of them?" Excuse me. They were like, "How come you don't make more of them?" I told them, I go, "Look, I I do them based on the pre-order.
Yeah.
So you don't jump on the pre-orders. There may be a little bit left afterwards, but once they're gone, they're gone."
Yeah.
And people
Yeah.
don't listen. People thought, hey, you're gonna have like a million of them. No.
So
And then
you
once they're
become a
gone, the aftermarket, they rise up, and people were saying, "Oh man, you make too little of them." I'm like, "Well, pre-order." People
I
don't
think
listen. So what was I gonna say?
I think it's interesting also this side of the situation, because you become also a toy maker that creates something that will become rare, like you have an experience as a collector now.
Hmm.
And that's, I think, is pretty interesting, because you are also in the other side, of the business. As a collector, you showed me before this Holy Grail, but now
Yeah,
I think the mentor will be a Holy Grail figure in the future.
I believe it will. I mean, even the Max Moon right now. I
Yeah.
think there's one on eBay right now that's at $140 something, and it has like about what 12 hours left, I think. um and that one, I can actually look through it right now and see if it's going any higher. Right now it's at $142.50, and it has
Wow.
about 11 and a half hours left.
Is the
um
version with the yellow suit or the blue suit?
no, 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 it's actually this one. It's actually this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Only 350 made, and for the people who think that there isn't, it's only 350 made. So,
Okay.
you either have them or you don't. Um some of the figures, like for example, Laurie Sistons, they are only the most produced version is only 200 made.
Oh,
So,
okay.
series 1 and series 2 figures that we have done so far, a lot of them are in low production numbers. And I still get people saying to me that, "Oh, you list them at only 200, but I'm sure there's more." I go, "No, there isn't." So, there are still people assuming there are, and there's still people thinking that oh, they're going to be around forever. It's like, for example, PNUs, I've recently sold out of them, and people, well, were thinking, "Oh, you're gonna have a lot more PNUs coming out, whatever." I go, "Probably not."
Yeah.
It all depends. I mean, I don't want to re-release a wrestler with the same color scheme and things like that. Number one. Number two, you know, part of me don't want to cheat out the collectors like that. If there's a way that I can produce more variants, I may. And
Okay.
I'm saying that very vaguely. Um, I would need a strong enough reason for me to do it,
Okay.
or I wouldn't. Or I wouldn't. So yeah. Um, I'm not saying that I won't, but like I said, it has to be a strong enough reason.
Do you want to see one of my stop motion?
Sure.
Oh, I need to search just a few minutes, because on my weekly stop motion show of this show they call it the WWF Hasbro Federation. I
Yeah.
did, I believe the last one was the episode. I did the Royal Rumble, but it's too long. But I did also the last episode of stop motion was the episode 255. And now I found it. I need only to skip the ads. Okay. So let me know if you like the show.
Sure.
Obviously, is absolutely WWF inspired.
Yeah.
And I put together some custom, some retro figures and WWF all together. So let me know. I share in a few moments.
Sure.
I need to remove this. It's there. Let's see if we can see. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Let's start.
Welcome to Superstar Surprise. This is Vince McMahon. Our theme call for special match tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Henderson first, led to the ring by his manager, Captain Urbano, from the Isle of Samoa. Weighing 315 pounds, Samoa number 1, Alpha Savage guys ready for the match. And his opponents from Willingboro, New Jersey, weighing 41 pounds, Gorilla Monsoon. Gorilla Monsoon ready for the match against Avalanche in the corner number 1. 2, kickouts by Alpha, just the 2. And then they fight each other outside the ring. They fight each other. Count out, double count out. No, Captain Urbano, double count out, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Henderson first. Led to the ring by his manager, the mouth of his whole Jimmy Hall, winning 260 pounds from Montreal, Canada, Dino Bravo. And his opponents, winning 229 pounds, the Blue Blazer.
Well, that's one figure that I want to make, but I don't think it ever happened.
Now, Tessa Strange, Bravo in control. Blue Blazer cover 1, just 1, and Bravo shows his power display cover 1, 2, 3. Dino Bravo is the winner. Here comes an interview. Yes, we are ready for the challenge. Because the junior challenge Dino Bravo match.
Because Billy Bill is cousin Junior, Uncle Elmer. This is a promo of a Steve Duck.
Ah, okay.
Psycho Steve. They can do also the promo for the people that will arrive in the future in the show. Like a real play.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the main event of the evening for the Interclub Championship match. Henderson first, the challenger. Accompanied by his manager, Classy Fred Blassie, from Mongolia, weighing 312 pounds.
That's one I've been chasing after. I've been chasing after.
And his opponents from parts and no, they're to the 75 pounds. Due to the champion, oh, what happened? Killer Khan, that's not before the match. Before the match, Warrior wants the match. So the title's still on the line. There we go. They start the match right now. Tessa Strange between the two. Bear Hawk by Killer Khan. Bear Hawk, cover 1, 2. Kickouts by Warrior. Warrior is upset now. Warrior is upset. Cover 1, just 1. And Gorilla Press, yes, cover 1, 2, 3. The Ultimate Warrior still in the championship.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Warrior should have won.
And basically, this project of the WWF Aspiration was born a long time ago in 2010 on my Facebook. Because
let me tell you a story about Killer Khan. I was having Yoshi to help me to reach out Killer Khan, but what happened was his restaurant wasn't open that day. And so Yoshi was saying, okay, you know what, maybe I'll try to reach him later and whatnot. So I came back to China after that, shortly after Killer Khan died.
Yeah, I know that.
And I was like, oh man, I felt so bad because I really, Killer Khan is actually one of the guys that I wanted on my list so badly. But I have been trying to reach out to the family, but it seemed like the family don't either. I don't know if they have another deal with another company or they just simply don't want to deal with it. So it is such a shame. I reached out a few times, but that's what it is, sadly.
Yeah, well, it was also because I think for guys like Killer Khan, especially, are people that maybe were used and forgotten by the company, is
Right.
find someone that can bring them more money. It's also a science to respect this guy that put their life and they become forgotten because the show business use you, and when they don't need you, they
Right.
forgot so
Well, it's the wrestling business. There's a shelf life. And what, especially the thing is, once you're in the business, I'm kind of having my foot, half dipped into it because I'm an agent of wrestlers and whatnot, and I tend to see that, and in between, um, I have three talents signed to me, and where I'm an agent of. One is a young aspiring wrestler, and the other one is a veteran. Well, actually, both of them are veterans now. Um, Taka Michinoku and Yoshi, and I look at their careers. You know, all of them have taken the different paths. So, Taka, for example, he opened up his own company, the JTO. You know, also a member of New Japan. For example, Junjie, the kid that I signed, that he's wrestling in GLEAT, for example, he's a young rising star, in GLEAT, and we were just having lunch last week. In fact, 7 days ago, and we were talking about the business in Japan and whatnot and all that. His friend was like right next to us, and we were talking about it, and he was sitting there and listening because his tag team partner was more focused in China and whatnot. And for a young Chinese talent to get booked internationally is difficult
yeah
because a lot of these companies that wants to sign wrestlers, they would go, hey, I would rather want a bigger name for a good fee, for a cheap fee. But then there's few and far in between. Yoshi, for example, completely rejuvenated his career. After having a broken neck in New Japan and flounder for a couple of years in the Japanese scene, and now really stood out with his group of guys in Team 2000X. So you see everyone taking different roads, different paths and stuff. It's interesting to see.
yeah, absolutely. I hear my dog upset. I need only to check out my dog. Just a
Sure,
sec.
sure, not a problem.
Okay, no, it's okay because I have a little dog. It's a pug.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
I
my cat was meowing outside just now as well, so I totally understand.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I think that as every business, every show business is raising his staff. If you want to emerge and build a career, it's not easy because there are so many people that do this job. Also, so many good professional. You need to make the difference, like an artist, because a brand is also
Right,
an artist in some way. And when you
right.
do
And I absolutely agree.
a project, you when you write a book, the first step is writing a book is the easier part of the job. The more difficult is try to sell your book, find the right literary agent, find your spot in the market. Is tough. It's tough. Transform a dream in a reality and proceed in that, because it's easy also lose your time or lose your point of your career, because you can
Right.
go up and then lose everything. No, it's tough.
And you see, you've seen it throughout the years that a lot of talents, when they so-called reached to the top, and no matter how you look at it, the pinnacle of any wrestlers and their careers, you will probably be the WWE. The biggest in the market. Once you're there for a couple of years, people will still recognize you because they're not going to look at, for example, some of them will not even look at AEW. Some of them will not look at TNA. Some people will not look at New Japan. Some people will not look at Noah, or AAA or CMLL for that matter. But WWE is wrestling to a lot of these guys. I think prime example, Kurt Angle mentioned something before, and that's when he left WWE and he was wrestling TNA. And some fans saw him ask him for an autograph, asked him why he retired when he was still wrestling in TNA. So, you can imagine that no matter how you look at it, the market reach, the big company is WWE. So, it's the same thing I've told one of the young guys that I manage, and I said to him, no matter what, your goal should be WWE.
Yeah.
That should be your goal. And every other company is a stepping stone for you in the long run.
Absolutely.
Don't expect yourself to stay in any of the companies for a long period of time, or you're going to be stuck there forever.
Yeah.
So that's why I told him. But obviously he's got his loyalty where he stays. But to me, it's that if the opportunity comes, WWE straight up, because a couple of years in WWE where you're being seen, people will remember you more, and
even forever, I think, because the strong fan still remember forever different characters that maybe worked just 1 or 2 years. Remember, for example, Giants Gonzalez. He worked just 1 year in the WWE.
Right.
He was so unique, the tallest wrestler ever. But everybody remembers Giants Gonzalez, the character.
I mean, look at it like this, okay? Yoshi, for example.
Yeah.
All right. People still remember Yoshi from the time he was in WWE. If people look at Yoshi now, as a heel in Noah, people will be like, what the hell? That's not the Yoshi I remember. He comes out carrying a nightstick and half face paint with, a long trench coat, completely black. You'll be like, whoa, this is Yoshi? I don't expect that. But here we are. It's the same thing with say Taka Michinoku, for example. I own several different Ring 1 gear of Taka. And people kept telling me that whatever you do, make sure you're making Taka's gear when he was in WWE instead of instead of the modern day or whatnot. So that's what it is, really.
Yeah, and another test to understand also this concept is if you talk with people that never watching wrestling, maybe also older people. I when I talk about, for example, Hulk Hogan, everybody know who is Hulk Hogan, including my uncle that is almost 80 years old, for example, no? Because everybody remember this character. So if you got a big push, and this is interesting because, in my opinion, without Hogan, we can have the WWE that we have today, because it was the first artist to become worldwide. Because before Hogan, they have Bruno Sammartino, but wasn't popular worldwide like Hogan. Hogan changed the game for the WWE, in my opinion.
I honestly think, just straight up my opinion, I think without Hogan, that machine was going to steamroll anyway. I've heard that Vince McMahon initially went for Dusty instead of Hogan, so Hogan was actually second choice.
Yeah.
But if it was Dusty, would it have been different? I don't know. It will definitely be a completely different portrayal of how a top babyface should look, because Dusty didn't look anything muscular. Didn't he was a round, chubby guy. But comparing to Hogan, who was muscular, big, baldy, and and all that. A big brawny guy instead of baldies are brawny guy. That comes out, with a very cartoony look on his face each and every time. Very animated. So, would it have been different if it was Dusty? We never know.
Yeah, we don't know. We know only one thing, that the ambition of and the super ego of Vince McMahon maybe will found another way instead of Hogan, but to reach the goal. Because if he succeed, I think a guy like that succeed in any way, because find a way to reach his goal, a big goal like that. And also because he was able to repeat with his company other big success, other big icons, or not icons, but super popular artists. Because you think about Undertaker, you think about Steve Austin, you think about John Cena, The Rock. Maybe today, we have Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar is not super recent. But today, in the current superstar, I think is more difficult find a immortal character, because even Roman Reigns, for example, that maybe is the guy that got the bigger push in the recent years.
Right.
I don't know if it can be something like The Rock, for example. I'm not sure, because I think
you see, here's the thing: the big characters sell always. Big characters always sell, and a lot of times, in very rare circumstances, that wrestlers, technical wrestlers that perhaps are not as charismatic, will sell. Bret Hart is probably a prime example to that. Wasn't tremendously great on the mic, but a really, really technical wrestler that sold out for Europe. Didn't do so great in the US, apparently, in terms of the gates and things like that. But he was a big draw internationally. So completely different. Then you realize the different taste between the American side and the rest of the world.
That's true, but another way to understand also the popularity is talk with someone that knows nothing about wrestling. When I talk with my girlfriend, for example, she doesn't know wrestling, but she knows who is Hulk Hogan, who is John Cena, and The Rock, and this is it.
Right.
No. So
Ultimate Warrior, for example, and you look at these guys and go, damn, these are wrestlers. And you look at, I don't know. I mean, you throw in a random guy. I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, you put Kofi Kingston there, comparing to Hogan, who looks more like a stereotypical wrestler. Hogan, straight up, I know there are people hating Hogan, but I'm just using him as an example. Even, for example, let's put Sting, for example. Okay. Sting is one of them, and then you put, I don't know, someone like, say, for example, the Young Bucks. All right. Who looks more like a wrestler? Sting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I've seen I've seen Young Bucks up close. I'm bigger than them. I'm 6'2".
Me too.
I'm 6.
I'm
I'm
6'3".
6'2". Once they stand in front of me, I'm actually taller than they are. I'm actually
Yeah,
bigger than they are.
yeah,
So
I understand your feeling.
like to me is that who looks more like a wrestler?
When I did interviews with Fraser on this channel, I did interview, for
Yeah,
example, with Santino Marella, was really short compared to me because I'm
yeah,
6'4". But even when I did an interview with Baron Corbin in
yeah,
person when he was in Rome,
yeah.
with my hat, I looks the same high. If I
Right,
can do an interview with Omos, for example, a giant, the WWE didn't use. I think
right.
it's a bad choice. Why? Yes, they put Omos in Japan, but why
Hmm.
not? This is a problem of Triple H, I vision, in my opinion.
Right.
Why not put Omos with a big push? Because it's a real giants, a black giants, could be something unique in some way.
Well, you know what I said about Omas when he was in Japan, and the way that Noah promoted him, and I was like, you saw some of the videos that they did. I was like, Omas should not look friendly in the street. That just simply take a long video of him walking from from one traffic light to another. He should look absolutely menacing. He should be scaring off the Japanese people.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. But Noah has their way of doing things, so I really can't say much about it. But to me, if I was the one that was introducing Noah to a particular audience, I would have him looking really scary, like like the days with Bruce Brody or Stan Hansen.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they come out, people will be like, whoa, moving away like that.
yeah,
But yeah, so that's what it is. Unfortunately, but did they put a good use for Amos in the ring for that whole month? I think they did. I think they did great work, to put Amos up looking really, really good.
yeah. But I think they could in WWE could do better if they put also more on TV. We don't see so
Well,
much of
well,
Amos
see,
on
here's
TV.
the thing. Amos is more of a novelty character now. If you
Yeah,
look at it, there's nobody like him.
yeah,
Could
nobody.
they do more for him? Probably, but does he need more training, more seasoning, and things like that? Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also because, for example, he wasn't in the Royal Rumble. Come on, you don't put your giants in the Royal
I
Rumble.
thought he was going to be in the Rumble because the way that Omaz was leaving Noah had me thinking, oh, probably Hunter won him for the Rumble, and then I looked at the
Yeah,
Rumble, Omaz
yeah,
wasn't
me
on the
too.
list.
Me too. When I saw this visibility in Japan, I saw why. Now maybe it's the time to put to have a push also in the WWE inside the WWE show. Nothing.
And I expected Omos to do something in WWE after just leaving Noah in the way that it did, but we haven't seen Omos yet, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but I think it's probably is the typical vision of Triple H. He doesn't use big guy giants. He prefer those cruiserweight, those fine
Well,
maneuver guys.
well, no, I think it's. I don't think Triple H simply just use the smaller guys. That's Tony Khan. That's not Triple H.
Yeah, but it looks like
Um,
they're trying to imitate Tony Khan now because I see.
I, I, what? I don't feel that way. I
Okay.
think it's still, if you look at the whole perspective of WWE, it's still, um, guys with charisma. That's what's driving the company. People that actually have that particular charisma that drive the company.
Yeah,
So, but the market, there's just not enough big guys.
yeah,
Unfortunately, that's how the business has turned into. I mean, if it was me, I would have loved to have more big guys, but I think one of the thing was perhaps Omas may not be ready for TV, or if it was me, AJ Styles just got beaten up pretty badly by Dominic and a couple of the others. Could have easily introduced Omas to come and help AJ
yes,
Styles.
because they were together in the past.
Yeah,
Because in the past he got a good push, but in that time wasn't the was before the new Triple H era. Was when
right.
we have Bruce Pritchard and other guys back
Yeah,
on the writing stuff. At that time, you remember that it was not only almost with a big push, but we remember also the Bacato, aka the Commander Aziz, had another big push, or even
right,
the other Indian guy was another. So at that time was a time around before the new Triple H era that we
right.
saw some giants with some push. But then with Triple H, everything changed. And honestly, it's not my kind of wrestling, the Triple H things. So because when I saw Royal Rumble, to me it was like to see a AEW pay per view almost.
I, I think I think Triple H has some good booking. As far as I look at it, Triple H has some good bookings. Um, but are people expecting a lot out of Triple H? Probably. Um, but at the same time, wrestling fans are the most vocal group of guys, vocal group of customer base out there. Um, some can be relatively negative. But do I feel that right now, a lot of wrestling, I think at the end of the day, at this point in time, a lot of wrestling are pretty stale. A lot of emulating of what may not work, and we have seen that. Um, but hey, you know what? Maybe that's just how the business is now. Who knows? To me, I would rather things, be booked in a way in a bit more old school. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, let's see what happens in the future. So, in my opinion, because of my task, I hope that until WWE still like is today with this Triple H era is not my kind of wrestling. Maybe for other guys should be super cool,
Mhm.
but not is my kind of wrestling I like, honestly. So, for
Well,
example,
well,
when I watch just a
it,
fun
like
story.
like I said before, though, it's the market. How many big guys are in wrestling now?
Just a
You,
few,
you
but
know, I mean, even you look at Italy. There are promotions in Italy. I know
yeah,
that. I mean, I don't know if you know about the new wrestling evolution,
yeah, a
based
little
on
bit,
Italy at
a
one
little
point.
bit.
I used to be pretty close with their promoters, and I think now they're switching back to doing concerts instead of wrestling. Um, I was told that Warrior burned them quite a bit, big time. Really killed their bank account, apparently. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know, to look at that, the Italian side of wrestling in general, they they still use relatively smaller guys,
Yeah, that's
no
true.
matter how you look at it.
I think
So
is the actual trend today because also
it's
in a
pretty much the market, and
yeah.
and if you look at it, some people thought because of how successful Ring of Honor was, that athletic goes before the look.
Yeah.
and that's where you can't, in a lot of cases, because of what's available in the market, that you can't find a balance to it. And I look at it like this: if you put, say, for example, Ravish and Rick Rude in the modern day wrestling, he will be considered a big guy.
Yeah.
But before, he was being seen as a medium-sized guy,
Yeah.
right? So that's where it is. I mean, you don't see a lot of guys like, I don't know, say Earthquake and Typhoon
Yeah.
in
Maybe
wrestling
we have
anymore.
Keith Lee. Keith Lee as a good.
Yeah, Keith Lee, but Keith Lee, you know, even though he's a relatively big guy, but you don't see too many of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I still don't get the fact that he needed to do flips and stuff like that. For a guy like him, he shouldn't need to.
Yeah.
Even
Absolutely.
though I know he wants to, but he didn't need to.
Maybe in the past, back in the day, the only one big guy, a little bit agile, was Bam Bam Bigelow. He can do some moves.
Well, you look at the best big man in wrestling. Okay, 80s would have to be Bam Bam.
Yeah.
The 90s would have been Vader.
Yeah.
But you look at Bam Bam, and it's like, I mean, I absolutely love Bam Bam, and the look of it, the tattoo hair, the tattoo head, and everything else. I mean, who does that? You
Yeah.
don't see that. You don't see that in wrestling anymore. Like, before, when people were doing tattoos, they mean something.
Yeah.
They do tattoos to look absolutely different. Now it's just like a complete body art. That
Yeah.
hey, let's get as many tattoos on body as possible. The only area that they probably haven't put tattoos on is probably the penises, and that's just like, yeah, this guy's doing a lot of tattoos and this guy's doing a lot of tattoos. Then what,
Yeah, back in the day, it was different because also Bam Bam was the only one guy with a tattoo head. Was really good. Bam Bam
And you
Bigelow.
look at the outfit as well. Right now,
Yeah.
a lot of times you look at the guys wrestling, you don't recognize the outfits.
Yeah.
The outfits, it used to be very simplistic enough, but also complicated enough to a point where you look at it and go, "Hey, I know who this is."
Yeah.
Now it's just like,
It needs to be recognizable but unique at the same time.
right, exactly. But you see a lot of outfits right now, it's just patterns on, and that's it.
Yeah. And also, I think that
But
today they change too much time the attire. I think that the people need to see your attire for a while the same, no? Because become a part of your personality. But if you change color of your attire every time,
right.
you don't have your personal attire, no?
I mean, look at it like this, okay? One guy that had a lot of gear, British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith,
Yeah.
okay? But, you recognize those gear from a mile away.
Yeah.
Like, you know who it is. I mean, Bret Hart, for example, he had a lot of gear, and you look at every single one, that's for Bret Hart. Same thing for Warrior.
Yeah.
But now you don't see that. It's like, this guy with his gear. It's like, who the hell's that? And that's the main issue, really, because you just straight up that you don't know who it is. I mean,
Absolutely.
even for, say, for example, secondary characters like Crush or Adam Bomb,
Yeah.
you look at it from a mile away and go, oh, okay, this is Adam Bomb, and hey,
Yeah.
this is Crush.
But,
You know,
but
you,
yeah, absolutely. But
yeah.
even guys like Man Mountain Rock, you remember the guy with the
Oh yeah,
guitar?
oh yeah. Max Payne, yeah, he, again, another one that you recognize it from the outfit, the guitar, the entire look. No matter how cheesy it may be, but it's a character that people will remember.
And speaking of Man Mountain Rock, I did also a custom of him.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you now.
Oh wow!
Do you like
Oh,
it?
you based it off Bam Bam. I can see it.
Yes, the face is Bamba. Yes,
Yeah.
I use was a little bit intricate. The
Right.
colors a little bit.
Another one I want to make, but he is signed to another company, so
Oh,
we
okay.
won't be making them. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that they was signed with another company.
Right.
I saw that, but I think there
I mean,
is
I've said it before. I've said it before. We got too many retro companies right now.
yes.
Too
I
many.
think I believe that I didn't count that, but probably are 6 or 7 or maybe more.
9.
9.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
I mean,
absolutely great.
I was talking to a wrestler about it that is that I cannot sign, but it's a very close friend of mine that he's working in one of the big twos, and I said to him, I said there are 9 companies making these figures. He was like, holy shit.
I think they start to appears this company when WWE stopped for a while to do their retro. Start a gap, and because of this gap, start many companies to do that. Some of them they do a good job. Other they looks like a little bit cheaper, no?
Well,
Uh,
I hope we're doing a good job with our line.
no, yes, I think your mentor figure or this figure we talk about so far are really good.
I mean, you haven't talked about the Law Resistance.
Personally, I regretted that I missed mentor because I discovered your company
Yeah.
recently. And
Uh-huh.
so, oh gosh, that mentor is beautiful. For example,
You need to
it's
pick up La Resistance, man. I mean, La Resistance is, we did, what was it, 8, 9 changes on it?
wow.
Yeah, you need to check that out because how close it is to Hasbro for these figures is it's second to none.
Wow. I feel. Let's see if I have other characters. Then maybe you can do a figure that no one have. Because I think I understand if a superstar signs a contract with a company, can't signs a contract with another one. I think. Or
Well,
maybe
you can, but is this something that I want to do? No.
yeah, it sounds weird. Let's see if you recognize this guy.
Oh, okay. Moondogs.
One of the Moondogs, but which one? Because they have the custom of all 3 Moondogs. All 3 Moondogs in the
That's
WWF.
Rex, right?
No, this one is Moondog King, but I show you the
Oh,
others.
King. Okay, yeah.
I have also not really.
Jerry Lawler, obviously,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would love to make the Moondogs.
Yeah, this one is Moondog King. It was the original Moondog, was Moondog Rex. But you have also. I need to search the. I give
The
you a.
original two were Moondog King and Moondog Spot, right?
Now, Moondog King and Moondog Rex in the beginning spot.
Okay. Yeah.
Because at the they were tag team champions in 1981 with Rex and King. Then King left the WWF.
Yeah.
The WWF because some
I've been saying for about a year that I want to make the Moondogs.
Yeah, should be really cool. I want to share with you also the other 2 Moondogs, Spot and Rex, because I did the custom also for that. Let's see. Because Rex because the alphabetical order.
I can hear the mouse clicking.
Yeah, because they are too much. If I want, I can share. I can do the search. You can see the search just for fun, so you can see like a flash with all my custom. So
okay. Ivan Husky.
But let's see where is Moondog. There we go. It's there. This is Moondog Rex.
Okay.
And this is the ring attire that he have. I choose the ring attire for Rex that he has, that he had when he was tag team champions with Moondog King.
Right.
And let's see Moondog Spot. I think is that this is.
I like the road dog that you made. It's nice.
Road Dog, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, a lot of details also right here, the tattoos and the attire.
Better than the WW Retro one.
Yeah. I for the retro one I have also the figure of the recent superstar, but for the old ones, I think the independent company are better than the retro. Where is Spot is somewhere.
Saba Simba.
Yeah, Saba Simba is there. Yeah. These necklaces were really tough to do.
Wow.
With those details.
This is great, man.
Let's see Spot where is.
Salvatore Sincere. Yeah.
Yeah, Salvatore Sincere is there.
Yeah.
And we are just in the bottom of my collection.
Wow.
Where is
Shinobi. Wow.
Yeah, Shinobi.
Skip Body Donners.
Yeah. This is Sick of all Samoans.
Yeah.
Skip. Sorry, just like these are official figures. This is Parpalagolli.
Oh, Sparkbuck. Yeah.
And this is Moondog Spot.
Yes.
Now that we are here, I show you other characters in my collection. This is the SWAT team I showed you before. This is the Stalker.
Oh, wow.
This is official thing. This is one of the two well done, Timothy Well.
Uh-huh.
The Sultan. This is one, the big machine.
Yeah.
No, Super Machine, the smaller.
Super Machine. Oh, okay.
Super Machine, Superstar Billy Graham. TL Hopper.
Okay. I like this. It looks good.
TL Hopper.
Yeah, I like that TL Hopper. TL Hopper looks good.
I think it's better than the official figure that comes recently, because it was the figure that comes out now for another company. He has too much air on the air. It was
I like how you have done with the face. I absolutely like how you done with the face. It looks good.
This is Tanaka. Is not perfect. Honestly, I think your Tanaka will be absolutely better when you do it.
We'll try to make a better one with how the face looks, because one of the things we've always said is Asian faces are probably the hardest to do. So
absolutely.
Hopefully we can do a better Pat Tanaka when time comes.
So before to wrap the string, I want to finish with you the the full coverage of my custom. Let's see. This is Terry Funk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Terry, I miss him.
It was a great
Barbarian.
Barbarian Powers of Pain. Barbarian, the Inan family version.
Oh, I like how you did with the skin tone. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Then we have the Blue Blazer.
Yeah, that I'm pretty sure even if I reach out, it will be very, very hard to get approved.
There is shout out to the people in the chat, by the way. Trey Away, General Parrish, Hector Garcia. So shout out to the people who watch the show. Also because there is a sad story behind the character, the Blue Blazer.
Yeah, I mean, if it was in a perfect world, I would have loved to make the Blue Blazer.
Yeah. This is the Genius.
Lenny, yeah, I miss Lenny.
Yeah, great guy. Another picture of the Genius. This is I showed you before. This one, the Goon, the Sultan with the hat, because the
nice. Yeah, the headgear looks great.
Yeah, was tricky to do.
Yeah.
This is the other half of the Powers of Pain Warlord.
Yeah, Warlord. Yeah.
Timothy Stephen Dunn. I believe the brown was the Stephen Dunn of the Well Done.
No, the other one was Stephen Dunn. This is Timothy Well. Yeah.
Timothy Well, yes, you're right. Tony Atlas.
Mm.
when he was tag team champs with Rocky
Right.
Johnson. This is the Travis of the Techno team.
Oh, I mean, I talked to Bill Watson quite often, and we're tracking him down right now.
Oh, okay. So finger
Yeah,
crossed.
we have been trying to track him down, and it has been difficult.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's like an archaeology work in some way.
Yeah.
This is the what is the name? The tag team partner
This
of
is Eric Watts.
yes, the name of Travis and what is the name of the other of the
I
technical
forgot.
team?
I
Troy
forgot.
was Troy.
I call Eric. I call Eric, and yeah.
This is Tugboat.
Oh, you emulated that from the Hasbro figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the body of Typhoon with the
Right.
legs of Big Boss Man and the brand new
Nice.
hat. This is Tully Blanchard. This is the official figures. This is Vader.
Oh, wow, I love that Vader.
Yes, well, I think this is one of my favorite.
This is way better than the WWF retro WWE retro figure.
Yes, the WWE retro I don't like it, and this one is Nikolai Volkov.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's see. This is a custom Ultimate Warrior, but it's basically a repaint. This is a Wylam Mercy.
Wait, a mercy there.
Yeah. Now we have
it's too white for me. This one, it's too white for me.
The skin tone, you mean?
No, I'm talking about the outfit. It's too white for me.
But he had the white outfit underneath the
right. But I still think you need the Hawaiian T-shirt to make it pop.
Yeah, this is just the ring attire when he was in the ring. This is Wu.
Who?
Do you remember Wu?
Yes.
This is the Widowmaker.
Oh wow! I love this berry. The Widowmaker looks so good.
Thank you.
Oh wow!
This
I
is
love
the
that.
Wild Man Mark Miro.
Oh wow! Yeah, these look great, man.
The next one is Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Then let's see. This is the official. This is Zeus.
Yeah.
And this is the other Bodydonna.
Zip of Bodydonnas.
Yeah. And for the other, I need to rewind because I have other custom, but I need to rewind to go to the top of the gallery. Because
I love it. I like how how you have probably very close to Hasbro for all of them. Wow.
I try to do my best for that. Oh, this one, and maybe I didn't show you this one. I did also a custom figure. Let's see if you recognize this guy. Who can be this guy?
Ooh, no, it's not Coco. It's not Coco, is it?
No, he's SD Special Delivery Jones.
Oh, SD Jones. See, without the Hawaiian shirt, I completely missed it out.
Yeah, it's just the ring attire. Let's see other. This is Savio Vega.
Yeah.
Seto of the Orient Express.
Yeah. Someone actually contacted me saying that they know the family of Saito and asked me if I want to make Saito with the other two of the Orient Express.
That should be cool.
I thought I would rather keep it with Kato and Tanaka because that's what most people would remember.
Yeah. But with Seto, you can do two figures because he was also Shinja. He was a custom figure because also the custom of manager. He was a manager of Hakushi.
Shinji.
Yeah.
But then Hakushi signed with other people, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. This is Sam Houston.
Sam Houston, yeah.
This is Salvatore Sinceri you saw before.
Salvatore Sinceri, yeah.
This one is the Red Rooster.
Yep.
This one I think is not really good. It's Ronnie Garvin, but I think
Ron Garvin, yeah.
Yeah. The
Um, I,
I'm not really happy about the ad of this figure.
I think they, one of the companies is making Rugged Ronnie Garvin. He was on my list to contact at one point.
Okay. This is Ron Bass, the author
Yeah,
Ron
Ron
Bass.
Bass. Yeah.
This is. Do you remember these guys, or you recognize this one?
Yeah. Oh my God! I
Was
suddenly
called
just
The Unpredictable. Another
yes,
guy,
I suddenly just slipped the name.
Johnny
Completely
Rods.
Yes, Johnny Rods. That's right. Taz. He trained Taz. Yes.
Yeah. This is Rocky Johnson,
Rocky
the
Johnson.
sensation Rocky
Yeah.
Johnson. This is Rocky Maivia,
Yeah.
the Roddy you saw before. Steve Austin, the Ringmaster version.
Ringmaster. Yeah.
Let the Moondogs they showed before. This is the fabulous Lucia brother. Is Ray.
Yeah.
This is Rod Radford.
I like how you did this. Really nice.
Yes, was tricky. Do this part of the falling part of the attire.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Yeah.
This is Potsky. So before this is Tom Pritchard of the.
Oh God, yeah. I want see would have been great, for the Heavenly Bodies straight up.
Yeah, should be cool. I have also the other Jimmy the Race. Oh, this is you recognize this guy?
Buddy Rose.
Exactly. I worked hard for this body. Well, it's actually his actual teacher that you wear on the ring. That this teacher.
Right.
This is Phineas Godwin.
Yeah.
This is Fantasio. Do you remember Fantasio?
Yes. Yes.
For Fantasio, you have a story because when Fantasio watch on my Facebook page, not my page as a Alan Magnetti writer, but as a WWF Federation, he going crazy. Want this figure? He paid me for these customs, but he promised me also to do an interview together. He disappear.
Oh.
He got the figure and disappear. Yeah. He gave me the money, but I was looking forward to do an interview. It was most interesting to me. He disappeared. I don't know what happened.
Well, I think he's on Facebook.
Yes, he contacted me on Facebook because he won the figure. This is do you remember
Peter
this
Maivia?
one? Peter Maivia, exactly. This is Paul Roma Young Stallion version.
Yeah.
This is Paul Onder, Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
You recognize this one?
Patterson?
Exactly, yeah. Then Duke the Dumpster Rosie.
Yeah.
It's a long collection. This one, you recognize this one?
Pedro Morales.
Exactly, yeah. Pedro Morales. Well, this one official. This one, you recognize this other guy from the 80s?
Outback Jack.
Exactly. And maybe on a retro, because Outback Jack, I think he got only the LJN figure.
Yeah.
So maybe a retro of him should be cool.
If you got contact with any of the older wrestlers, feel free to send them my way.
Yeah. I know only I did interview with Barry Horowitz. I did with Ahmed Johnson, also, really nice guy.
Yeah. Ahmed has like too many figures.
yeah, for two company, I believe. This is One Man Gang, my custom. Do you recognize this guy?
I have to. This is Blackjack Mulligan.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not bad, the custom, if you recognize. This is my Mr. T.
Mr. T.
This is Mr. Hughes.
Mr. Hughes.
This one is a deep cut. I don't know if you recognize this guy. He's super deep cut in the early 80s, late 70s.
You have to fill me in on this one.
This was Moose Monroe.
Wow, talk about deep cut.
Super deep cut, I know.
Yeah, that's like super, super deep cut.
Yeah, I know. This one is another. Do you remember this other guy?
Jimmy Valiant.
No, is the Moondog main, because before the three Moondog, I am talking about the late 70s. Captain Luambano managed another Moondog with this colorful shirt. It was Moondog main. He had a match against Haystack Saloon. You can find it on YouTube.
Good Lord. Wow. Your knowledge is insane.
This one is more of Man on a Mission.
Mo, yeah.
This is, I think, is easy to recognize.
Missing Link.
Also, this one needs an official figure, in my opinion.
Ooh, this one's nice. I have to admit, this one's nice.
This one is another. Do you recognize
No Mascaras.
Exactly. This one you showed before. This one is the Masked Superstar.
The Masked Superstar, yeah.
This one is easy to
Mark Henry, debut Mark Henry.
And actually, I met Mark Henry in Italy, and I showed him this figure. He was really, he had a mind-blowing moment when he saw this figure, when this of the original ring attire. This Mankind.
Oh, wow.
Do you like it?
Wow. This is insane. This, yeah. Oh my God, I love it. This one is great.
This is Monte Rock. This is Monte Mike. This is Mabel.
Mabel, yeah.
I have also a story about this custom because I was friend on Facebook with Mabel when he was alive.
Yeah,
and
same here. Same here. I was friends with.
Was really
with Nelson.
kind. We talked together many times. Yeah. He liked so much. He loves so much this figure, this custom figure of him.
Well, I got an interesting story for you. One of my Japanese friend, who's a ring-worn gear collector, he had pretty much all of Nelson's gear, and I ended up having 2 sets of his gear. One was the one when he was wrestling for SummerSlam 95 against Diesel. And then it was his Big Daddy V gear.
Wow. I imagine they are really big, this gear.
Well, oh God, it was gigantic. And someone found out, a close friend of mine who's also a Ring One gear collector found out. And he asked to trade the King Mabel gear for a set of Chris Benoit's tights.
Wow.
And right away, because I've wanted Chris Benoit's gear for years. So, and since I have the Big Daddy V gear, so in memory of my friend. So I was like, okay, why the hell not? I traded that for the Benoit gear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see if you recognize this one.
Blackjack Lancer.
Exactly. I think it is a nice ad called, not a bad custom. This one is
nice
Jean-Pierre Lafitte. For Jean-Pierre Lafitte, I did an interchangeable.
I like how you do with these. Yeah.
Because you can change the pose with different arm.
Yeah.
This is Quang.
Yeah.
Do you never think about to do a official figure of Quang?
Another company's doing it, so I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, I already talked to the other company's owner. I go, you got Quang? He said, no, you don't touch it. I go, okay, fine.
Recognize this guy. Another old guys of the 70s.
Killer Kowalski.
Exactly. Then we have another guys of the 70s, early 80s.
This is Ivan Koloff.
Exactly, the Russian Bear.
Mm-hmm.
This is Mundo King. This is Jerry the King Lawler. I saw before. Yeah. My King Kong Bundy. This one. Kimchi. Killer Khan without because the hat is removable on my Killer Khan figure. Yeah. This with the hat, this without the hat.
Nice. Very nice.
This was really intricate, those details on the paint.
I like how you did the vest. I really like
Yeah,
it.
was really difficult.
Hmm.
This one is Campatera.
Empatera. Yeah.
This one is Kato, but I think you
Kato.
will do something really
Yeah.
better. I think coming soon. This one is Kama,
Comma.
the supreme fighting machine.
Yeah.
JYD.
Junkyard Dog. Yeah.
Yes, we are in the J. We need to go to the A to finish the custom. This is one of the hillbillies, Cousin Junior.
Uh-huh.
This is something that maybe you can do because beside Hillbilly Jim, no one do an official figure of Cousin Junior, Cousin Luke, and Uncle Elmer.
Oh yeah, I know.
Could be cool.
If we can get the IPs, I would love to do some of them.
Yeah. This is Jumping Jim Bronzell.
Yeah, Jim Brunzell. Yeah.
Did you recognize this one? This one, I don't know if it's really good. Also because I did the custom of a version not super famous of this guy. It's this version when he was a champion in the WWF. Because he became famous as a manager later on. But especially with the beard.
The look rings the bell, but
with the beard, it's difficult to recognize it with the beard because he had the beard just for a short time in the WWF.
Is it Paul Ellering?
No, it's Lucius Johnny Valiant when he was a wrestler.
Oh, Lucius Johnny Valiant. Okay.
When he was a wrestler, he had a beard for a while.
I see.
This one, you recognize this guy?
Jimmy Jack Funk.
Exactly. This one?
Jimmy Valiant.
Exactly. But he was we was a team with Johnny Valiant with this attire. I choose the precise attire that he used when he worked together. So
one of the reasons why I recognize some of them and I don't recognize some of the others because of the face. And you use quite a bit of Jack's heads for them, so
absolutely.
it's a bit more easy to recognize.
This is Jim Powers of the Young Stallion.
Powers, yeah.
This one, you recognize this one?
Justin Hawk Brash, obviously.
Exactly.
You should do this one with the clothesline arms out.
Yeah, that's true. This one is Jesse the Body Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not super good, I think, for the details. It was one of my first custom, not really good.
I think what you should have done with this one was probably give it a big body.
Yeah. And also, I think also the paint of on the pants is not super accurate.
Yeah.
Do you recognize this one is another deep cut? I don't know if you remember this guy.
I recognize the face.
We go back in the 70s, so in the early 80s.
Yeah, definitely 70s. One of the guys that was teaming with Dick the Bruiser at one point, I would imagine.
No, this guy was Gentleman Jerry Valiant.
Ah, okay.
It was the third Valiant, not Ariella Valiant.
I was thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, it was. But Gentleman Jerry Valiant is the less popular of the three Valiants. They were together for a while in the WWF.
I see.
This one easy to recognize.
Oh, wow. This Jeff Jarrett looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
This is the Rougeau brother Jacques. This one could be a little deep cut. Let's see if you recognize.
One of the Eli brothers.
Exactly. Jacob Blue.
Yeah.
This one, Iron Sheik, easy to recognize.
Yeah.
This one, another deep cut a little bit.
Iron Mike Sharp.
Exactly. This one, I don't know if you recognize this one because the Headsculpt is not really good in my opinion. Could be better.
Gorgeous George, maybe?
No, it's Oz Funk. Terry Funk when he was Dory Funk when he was in the WWF.
Oh, Dory.
When it was called Oz Funk at the time.
Yeah.
This one is Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah.
This one, I think, is easy to recognize. This
Triple H.
Yes, when it was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah.
Henry Godwin. This one is not.
Hercules.
It's Hercules, but I think it's not really good in my opinion. It's not one of my first customs.
I see. It's not bad.
I successfully saw
Ace
before.
Tag, yeah.
This one is, I think you
Yeah,
recognize.
Hardy Race.
Yeah. This one,
Come on, we have to recognize him. Stan Hansen.
exactly. I think I did a pretty good job for the ad right
Yeah,
here.
you did a great job for that. Yeah. Again, should give him the clothesline arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one is easy to
Hakushi.
recognize. This one
The
also,
color tone may be a little bit too dark
Yeah.
for Hakushi.
yeah, a little bit too dark. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This one, I think you recognize because
Haku.
of the ad. Aku.
Wow,
This
you actually broke down a Haku figure for the custom. Do you know how much the actual Jax Haku figure is right now in the market?
No, and I don't know how much it is.
It's one of the rarest Jax classic superstar figure.
Wow.
You talk about in the hundreds.
Wow. So
Yeah,
maybe
and you that's why I was like, wow, what did you do?
but I did this
Like,
custom in 2000.
I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at the secondary market price for that right now.
Let's see, just for fun to understand what I did. Also because I don't have any more the body.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at the sold price for it in the market right now. Even for loose one, it's about $100, $125 to $100.
Wow.
For mint on cart one, the one that's recently sold, it's about $260.
Wow. So I broke
Yeah,
at
and
$160 figures to do my
yeah,
custom.
you broke that for a custom figure. Wow, this is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
This one you recognize, this big guy,
Oh, come on. Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla Manson. This one I think easy to
Gold dust.
recognize.
Ooh, this is nice.
This is the 1995 version.
I know. This is nice. Nice. I like it.
I have
I like
also
this gold dust.
the version with the robe and the wig. You can see.
I actually like it without the robe. Without the
Yeah.
robe, without the wig.
It's
It
better,
actually looks really pop like that. Yeah.
This one is a Giant's machine.
Machine,
When
yeah.
was one of the machine. You recognize this?
Friar Ferguson.
Exactly. No one did a Friar Ferguson figure so far. Right?
Well, I actually reached out to Mike's widow at one point to try to sign it, and then she was like, yeah, I'm gonna sign it, and the next thing you know, she signed with another company. So
Yeah,
that's why.
but the other company did only Bastion Bogger, not
Yeah,
Friar.
exactly. But our plan was to do Bash and Booger.
Okay.
And she said, hey, I'm gonna sign it, and the next thing you know, she signed with another company.
Let's see the next custom. This one you recognize.
Farouk Assad.
Is easy because of the attire, especially.
Nice though, really nice of how you did this. Yeah.
Yeah, also some details, especially sculpt. This part is not super easy. The belt.
Well, still looks good. But if there's a little bit more depth to that area, would have been even better. But
yeah.
great.
Also,
great
the
look.
photo, the picture is not a high quality picture. I think this is not.
But yeah,
maybe.
this looks great. Absolutely great.
This one you recognize?
Ooh, I like this Executioner.
The Executioner, exactly.
This looks like a really, really beautiful Executioner.
I think
I actually talked to his daughter Miranda quite a bit.
Should be cool, an official figure for him. This one is really. Do you remember this one? Is a part of team.
The spoiler, is it?
No, was the Executioner #1 because back in the day. Killer Kowalski was the Executioner #1 in the late 70s, I believe.
Yeah.
This is the Executioner #3, aka
Uh-huh.
Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah.
And the new
and then
execution of number
and
2.
then there were the enhancement talents version of the executioner in a completely different gear.
Yeah, no, this one in blue are the were tag team champion. Maybe not, but were managed by Captain Albano. I'm not sure 100% if were tag team champion. This one was Big John Studd as an executioner number 2 with this blue attire.
Wow, you really dig into the 70s, huh?
Yeah, also. This one is something that you can do.
Uncle Elmer.
Yeah. I'm happy about the results of this figure for the Escal. I think looking like on Elmer. This one is the other of the Jacob and Eli blue team.
Right.
We are close to the end of the slide. This one is a custom of Earl Ebner or Dave Ebner.
Earl went to the gym.
Yeah.
Earl went to the gym, had some roids on
it.
him.
That is wrong. I know, but it was a really old. I did this custom in 2010. So really long, all the custom.
He looked jacked. Dynamite Kid.
Yeah. Drosy we saw before. This one.
Don Morocco.
Morocco. This one.
Dr. D. David Schultz.
Schultz, I think I did a good ad skull for this.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
And no one did an official figure of Schultz. There is another one that could be interesting seeing an official
I think
figure.
he was signed to a company, but the company hasn't made him yet, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a custom Dino Bravo, but again, it was a really old figure, a really old custom.
Not bad. I like the body size, though.
Yeah, the body is good. Basically, it's Beefcake 2 on Dagen legs. And Beefcake arms also.
Yeah.
This one is Diesel.
Nice.
This one, you recognize this guy?
Damien Demento.
Also with the attire. I think I did a good job right here.
I think you did great. I tried to reach out before. He just straight up just didn't want to talk to me and was being racist and blocked me. So there.
But now he's signed with a company.
Yeah, he signed with another company. Yeah.
I
don't know how he did it, but he managed to do it, which is all the powers to him.
Yeah. This one is the other elf of the Enveli bodies.
The Glow Jimmy Del Rey.
Exactly. We are almost finished. This one.
Dean Douglas. Isaac Yankum DDS.
Exactly. And this one is another deep cut.
Jerry Blackwell.
Exactly. Crusher Blackwell. Another one they think it should be cool, have an official figure of him. Crusher Blackwell.
Yeah.
Another big guy that can sell really well, I think.
Right.
This is Cabo Borton.
Mm-hmm.
Cousin Luke, the other of the Hillbillies.
Right.
This one, do you recognize this guy?
Corporal Kirshner.
Exactly. I think also the head sculpt right here is good, in my opinion.
Yeah. The face is good.
This is we saw before, Conquistador. Yeah. This one is Chief J. Strombo.
Oh, nice.
And I think that this one is not good. It's one of my first. It's too much. I tried to do the natural butchery, but you recognize it's too much the Coco face right here.
I like it though. It looks good.
Yeah, but you recognize immediately the faces of Coco Beware, no?
Yeah.
Just different paint job.
Yeah, but it still looks good though.
Yeah, but I use the method of Mattel. They repaint, for example, so many like a Stinker and Merman are the same face, no, in the Masters of the Universe. This one is Big Bully Music.
Yeah.
And this one, no, it's not. This one had a deep cut. This one is stuff that I recognize. Another guys of the late 70s in the WWF.
Oh, I recognize the face, but I don't remember the name.
Was Bugsy McGraw.
Oh, Bugsy McGraw, yes.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
Yeah.
This one is Bruno.
Yeah.
We are almost finished.
Yeah.
Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
And I think that this one, my Brooklyn Brawler custom.
Yeah.
This one, do you recognize this guy?
I thought for a moment I thought it was Butcher for Shawn, but then I looked at the top. It isn't. It's not. It's not Ivan Koloff, is it?
No. Ivan Koloff I showed you before. This one
Yeah,
is
exactly. It's not Nikita though.
is Boris Zukov.
Oh, Barzukov. Okay, yeah.
Then my Bastion Bogger custom
That's the
figure.
booger. Yeah.
This one is one of the Beverly Brothers.
Beverly
Blake.
Brothers, yes.
The do the cape was tricky,
I
especially.
like how you're doing with the cape. This is
Yeah.
the cape is nice, yeah.
And this one, I'm not super happy about the S-Sculpt, but you recognize maybe for the attire.
Billy Jack Haynes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the other machine, the big machine that was in real life was Mulligan.
Hulk Hogan.
Hogan was
The Hulk machine he was. Yeah,
Hulk
sorry.
machine, yeah. This is my Big John Stud custom.
Nice. I like this better than the one Mattel did.
Yeah, I think it's better also because I try to when I do my custom, to me it's very important that you have the same scale. So Big John Stud needs to be taller, for example, that Hogan because was taller. Need to be shorter than Andre. Mattel are almost the same height, the same guy. So that I don't like that. The scaling is important in my opinion. Do you recognize this guy, this custom?
What was it? Big Cat Ernie Ladd.
Exactly. I think it's okay as a custom.
Yeah, it's not bad.
This is the other of the Beverly Brothers, Bo.
I really like how you do with the cape. I think
the
it
cape.
looks really pop.
I think this is Barry Horowitz. And by the way, I did an interview with Barry Horowitz. I did an interview with Horowitz. Super nice guy. Really nice guy, Barry Horowitz.
Yeah.
This is my Bad News Brown custom.
Yeah.
We are on the beat. We are almost finished.
Bob Backlund.
Exactly. And Big Brian Blair.
Yeah.
This is not a custom. This one, you recognize this guy?
Ted Arcidi.
Yeah. I think we are finished with the no. This one, George the Animal Steel.
George the Animal Steel, yeah.
This one is Aldo Montoya. Emmett Johnson.
Yeah.
Alpha of the Wild Samoans. This one.
Adrian Adonis.
I think I did a good. I like this custom of Adrian Adonis.
Yeah, looks great. Yeah.
Also, I think beside LJN, he never had an official figure, especially in red.
Yeah.
This could be an interesting deal for you if you find the estate of Adrian Adonis. So.
Yeah.
I give you some inspiration for your work.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
This one is
MVP.
Also known as Ape Knuckleball Schwartz.
Knuckleball Schwartz, yes.
And I finished. This is it.
Yeah. It's great.
So,
it's great.
Thank you so much. It was super cool. Also share this passion together about wrestling. Because I know, I understand that behind your company there is a passionate guy, a collector. So it was really cool. And before to say goodbye, I want to sing a song for you, my outro song.
Sure.
It's really good meet a new friend with the same passion for wrestling and action figure. So I'm very happy, thank you, Shawn, to join the show with me. And everybody go to the website of KWK, Kayfabe Wrestling, and do your pre-order, don't miss, because you will regret forever like from Mountain if you miss the pre-order. So thank you, Shawn, thank you, Shawn, thank Thank you, Shawn. So, a big pleasure, super fun moment with you. Happy to have you back. Maybe when you reveal new stuff, after you reveal, when you have maybe the actual prototype to share on camera, should be really cool.
Sure.
And thank you so much. And before to say goodbye, just a little fun video to everybody.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, my friends. And please smash that button, my friends. Please smash and subscribe. Help this channel to go to 100k subscribers, my friends. It's my dream. Please give me your love, guys. But also, guys, like, leave a comment, and share this video with your friends, guys. But also, my friends, consider become a patron to choose the next content of the channel. And also, my friends, become a member to be my guest in my show. That's right. And now you can see this video, or maybe this other video, or maybe another interview, reviews, unboxing, stop motion, tutorial, and more for you guys. So thanks for watching. Thank you so much. And subscribe, my friends. And so long, everybody. So long, my friends.